Supergirl, issue 29, Mark and Draco writing with Eduardo Pansica on the art. So this issue starts with Supergirl and what was it, Zinder? Is that his name?
Zinder.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remembered it. I actually failed to remember it between issues. I always forget until I read it again.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like having some downtime. Crypto's enjoying the lake.
Yep. Yes, he is.
I'm kind of liking how Supergirl's got like a hoodie version of her top that's kind of casual.
Yep. And so I kind of forgot that that's new like Kryptonian tech
Mm.
of hers, like she got from Superman for her space trip. So I was like, wait, because later on when she goes full Supergirl, her suit comes back, the Supergirl one. I was like, oh, and then I remembered.
There's a
But
transition
yeah, I
though.
like that it could change.
Yeah, there is like a transition like panel
Yeah.
where it's changing. Yeah.
Well, no, because up to that point, I was like, where did she get this black shirt? Like this looks like one of Connor's shirts. Like, and then
Connor Kent,
after it
not him.
changed. No. Well, I mean, Connor could wear a black Superboy shirt, but
Okay.
yeah.
So
So
Zinder.
this issue taught me that Candello, the
Mhm.
Zender's adopted mom,
Evil mother.
might be one of the most evil people in the galaxy.
Well, yeah. So we get like some of his backstory where he says how he became adopted because his parents were killed when his ship was being attacked, and
Yeah.
he wants to.
Refugees, I knew.
Yeah, and he wants to tell Supergirl about who he is and about who his mother is. We find out that he's only 19, and she's like, "You're
Yeah.
19?" He's like, "Oh, the beard age."
Which I'm so glad Kara said that because I did the same thing. I was like, wait, what? And then yeah, she addressed it, which I liked.
Yeah, and they've got these crystals. They've got the circle, the symbol of the secret society on them,
The
um,
circle.
from the dead guardian, and then they activate, and he's like, "Oh, congratulations, Kryptonian! You found the mission I sent you on.
All
So here's me explaining what the circle is, and explains who the members are. Meanwhile, Gandello's getting some like Rogozar followers
Yep.
after her. Big. I'd say the bottom half was kind of like Swamp Thingy Cthulhu esque, but at the top he's like a just big Hulk looking dude with a metal hand.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
Yeah.
design.
Yeah.
Go with
Yeah. A
that.
lot of these aliens are interesting looking. Like
Yeah.
they're definitely monsters.
But yeah, so we find out about this circle, and you've got a Guardian, you've got a Thanagari, you've got someone from Ran, you've got someone from Tamaran.
Mm.
Um,
You have Adam Strange's father-in-law, Sardath,
yeah,
from Ren. You have the Thanagarian defense like leader. You got Appa Aliapsa. You got Empress Gandello, and then I'm missing one. Who am I missing? Thanagarian. I have to look it up because there's five.
but you have Rogolzar who wanted to be in the team, and he wanted revenge on Krypton because Krypton apparently killed his world,
Yeah.
so he claims. And even though the Circle was against it, Gandela secretly wanted to destroy worlds and was all for purging worlds
Yeah.
that she deemed to be using resources that were
Right.
a waste. Um, so it seems like she was in cahoots with Rogolzar. And that's kind of if he did indeed destroy Krypton, which I still think they're going to swerve us later, and we'll find out that it wasn't really him. But
Yeah.
at least he definitely wanted to. So after
Yeah.
this happens though, Zinder actually just opens out with it and tells Kara who his mother is. He's like, "Oh, wait, this is my mother,"
Yeah.
because he didn't know all this. Like he knew she was
No.
bad, but he didn't know that she was specifically doing this. So as soon as he learns
Well,
this, he
and
gets angry.
yeah, basically her mission is why he's orphaned
Yeah,
and was raised by her.
yeah. He immediately gets angry and just opens. But so I kind of like that they almost like don't have to deal with Supergirl being like, "Oh, you were lying to me about who your mother was." Like she
Right.
immediately just sympathizes with them, and we just we've dealt with it.
Yeah.
And it's good. But it's right at this moment where they get attacked. Rogolzar's followers show up. Supergirl activates the super suit, and we have a bit of an action
Mhm.
scene.
And the axe.
And the axe. The art's glorious.
Yeah.
It really is. But yeah, she's wielding the axe, and chaos is happening. Eventually, what's her face shows up.
Candela.
Gandello, thank you. I keep forgetting her name.
Yeah.
Um,
So the fifth person was the king of Tamarin,
there you go.
Starfire's father. He was the fifth one involved in there. But yeah, so she activates the axe to fight these dudes because her superpowers aren't going to work by themselves, and they all just stop because they see Rogolzar's axe, which that's I
They,
feel like this is his power.
yeah,
This is where it
they all
comes from.
they all pledge their allegiance. They all start referring to her
Yeah.
as the ruler, as their ruler,
Yeah.
because she holds the axe, because she can
Yeah.
wield the axe. So that's it. But then Gandela kills them all. She like uses her ice powers to like
Yeah.
spike them all. So we end with that, and she's like, "Oh no, um, I mean, she kind of implicates her son again, but it doesn't really feel like we're going to be doing that plot so much as she's just like, no, now you're going to die, Supergirl.
Yep.
So yeah, it does enhance Superman, because the idea of all those different races and that space battle where it's like, okay, we see how they're all involved now in some capacity, and I have to wonder that the axe being activated, because it was almost like as soon as the axe was activated, like so many people seemed to know that it was being used. It was like, okay, the axe has been triggered. We have
Well, and we also saw Rogozar watching from the Phantom Zone somehow.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if something happens here, that's what causes him to get out, because now you have to think about time in the Bendis story and how he attacked John. When does it happen? It's got to happen in the future, you would think, unless it happened in the past and timey-wimey. You know what I mean?
Unless, like, Jor-El's gotten, close enough to Earth when he gets attacked by Rogozar that it is just kind of in real time, essentially, with Earth by that point.
Right.
But it's hard to say.
Yeah. But, so they're seeding it throughout, so it's weaving a tapestry here with Rogozar, and I agree with you. I don't think he is single-handedly responsible for Krypton's destruction, although I think the way it's going to play out is he sped it up,
maybe
through help of Zor-El, because it was Zor-El's machine that was meant to terraform. So
yeah, which was meant to be used for good things, obviously, but has been corrupted and manipulated into destruction. No, Supergirl's been great. This was another great issue, I thought. It enhances what's going on in Superman. The characterization of her doubts about herself, all that stuff still playing very well. I like the art a lot in this issue again. I think Pansika's doing a great job. Colouring especially, I think one of the greatest assets to this book since it came back has been the strong colouring. It's been very nice, bold, and the blues and the reds all pop. And that's been really good. So... No, Supergirl was great again. What you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 9. That once we got the connections to Superman, it kicked it into overdrive.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a straight 8 on this one. I liked it a lot. Like, it was great. I think the only downside I have for it is that it does, from a structural point of view, suffer a little bit from getting to the middle and then it being like a lot of exposition, because they get the dead Guardians like recording, and it's like okay. So from a pacing point of view, it feels a bit weirder than some of the other issues, but which I think have been better. But that's why it's only getting 8 as opposed to 8.5 or 9.